I'm Bridget Wilkins and I've had type 1 diabetes for over 60 years and I'm just over 70 now. I've been diabetic since I suppose the age of 9, and the way my condition with diabetes has been treated over the years, that's phenomenal changes. My father, Jim Nichols, was type 1 diabetic and he was one of the first to be treated by Dr. Lawrence, and he must have been about 17 then, but he played hockey and he liked going out on his motorbike and doing all sorts of active things like that. And when he was diagnosed, of course he got weaker and weaker before he was put on insulin. It made a big impact on his life. In a way it was very lucky because we had an aunt who was a nurse working at the London hospital, and she managed to get father in there to be treated by Dr. Lawrence. But before that, had been taken to a hospital in Brighton and put on this starvation diet. And I suppose it was starvation to stop him eating any carbohydrate or sugary things or anything. And I'm amazed he actually survived. He was there quite a number of months, just living off Bovril drinks and cabbage and water and not much more. And he kept a diary of what he ate and what it was like and what he felt like and how he could smell the smell of bacon coming from the kitchen there and how he really wished he'd got some bacon. Anyway, they sent him home after, I think it was probably about 6 or 7 weeks starvation diet. And that was when this aunt got him into Dr. Lawrence's place, because they by then I think had got a name for diabetes and they were just beginning to treat it, but let's treat it with insulin as opposed to him being put on this starvation diet. I didn't know any other diabetics apart from my dad, and so in a way I was a bit unusual at school. Before gym lessons I always had a sweet or a lump of sugar to balance out the blood sugar levels during the gym, and my school friends were incredibly jealous of me eating my toffee. It's interesting because now those people have quite a deep understanding of issues to do with being a type 1 diabetic. You know, they really respect what sort of food I eat and don't eat. I was in the brownies, but then as I got older I was in the Girl Guides, and we used to go to Girl Guide camp, and of course I had to take all my syringes and diabetic things with me. But in those days it was so different. So I'm talking about the 1950s, 1960s. My father had sort of taught me very much about how I should be responsible for my own diabetes and to understand it. He was fascinated by the condition and found out as much as he could about it, and he used to tell me that, and that's absolutely invaluable thing I've got from him, is that really to be my own doctor, to understand what was going on. Father put together this tin with the insulin syringe and all that was needed for the injections, because in those days there weren't disposable syringes or anything like that. I had to sterilise the glass syringe, which was really quite heavy, and you had to boil it up in water for so many minutes and really sterilise it. And my dad used to look out for tins that were going to be the right size, and he'd sometimes sort of buy things not because he wanted the contents but because he wanted the tin. At the Girl Guide camp, the other girls with me they were very respectful. They knew it's something I got to do, and I think they did actually understand quite a lot of it. So I did get a lot of help and a lot of respect. And those are the people who nowadays will say, we're having supper at such and such a time, is that all right for you? And we're having this, is that all right for you? In 1980, when I became pregnant, I discovered that King's College got a special pregnancy ward, but then also I had to go into the hospital at least a month before the baby was due, and that annoyed me a bit. And it was just really having to be very, very careful with the insulin, as one does during pregnancy. And I thought, well, I'm not ill. So I took my sewing machine in and I got up before breakfast and I had my sewing machine in the day room, and I used to make baby clothes. Then eventually, when my baby Catherine was born, I felt very proud of her, obviously, but particularly because she was the first diabetic mum's baby they'd had at King's that didn't go into intensive care there. And the doctor who delivered it was really proud of the fact he'd delivered this diabetic mum's baby and it hadn't gone into intensive care or had jaundice. So it was all really sort of very experimental then as well in that time, and things have changed totally now.